Guys. Hello. How's everyone doing? Welcome back to my podcast. Cheers to my 20s. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. I have not posted in this channel in 2 years, which in a way isn't that what your 20s are about? Just kind of going and disappearing for long periods of time while your life slowly spirals out of order. No, but actually I was just surviving most of that time. Actually, I was surviving, but now I'm living actually, and I just didn't want to come back to making the podcast until I felt ready and until I felt creative again, until I felt like I had something to say or something to add. And boy, oh boy, did I live and have some notes here for you guys. What I'm holding in my hand right now is Earl Grey tea. I think it might be my. Oh, yeah, this is, by the way, the segment I do. Yeah, the segment I do at the start of every episode where I try a beverage, and I might just switch to teas because I'm kind of in a tea phase right now, and I just like buy a bunch of flavored teas and like I'm saying tea plural teas. Is that a real word? Wait, is that a real word? I forgot how to say the word. Babe, English was never my first language. This is the tongue of the colonizer, babe. Anyway, so this is Earl Grey tea. We're gonna try it. I'm gonna act like this is my first time trying it, but it's not really. It's so good. It's so good. Ugh. It's just like I love tea so much because it's like you take a sip and just the warmth like just rushes through your body, and you're just like, it just feels like a hug. Drinking tea feels like a hug, and I love it so much. I would give it a 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. It tastes a bit like orange, like an orange tea, and it's so good. Anyway, I just spilled all over myself, but it's fine. It's fine. So I have my laptop with me here. I have a bunch of stickers on it, and I love them. And I have a bunch of notes. And yeah, we're gonna go over the ones I like and the ones I want to speak on. And honestly, this time around, I'm gonna keep the episodes really short, like maybe 25-30 minutes max. Because I don't know, I just feel like I'd rather have multiple episodes that are shorter than one really long one. So yeah, and hopefully I'm consistent. Now, can I just say something, okay? This podcast, I was supposed to post a video a month throughout my 20s, right? So at 20, I uploaded, I think, like 2 videos or something. I'm not sure. 21? I don't know. Like 2-3 videos. And then at 21, I posted, I think, 1 video, okay? 1 video after my birthday. And I said, because life happened, okay? Life happened and I disappeared. And I'm almost 23, babe. Guys, I had the thought the other day that a 13-year-old is 10 years younger than me. What the actual hell? What do you mean a 13-year-old is 10 years younger than me? I was 13 10 years ago. Babe, that was literally yesterday. What do you mean? What do you mean a 13-year-old is 10 years younger than me? I do not accept that. That is it's just not a reality I would like to accept. So like, yeah. So, my birthday's in like 2 months. So I have 2 months to kind of update and like document and archive all of 22, which high key, a big portion of 2025 and half of 2026 is a period of my life that I kind of don't want to remember. Like, actually, if I could, I would literally zap it out of my mind. Like, you know, the Men in Black thing? Like, I would zap it out with the Men in Black freaking device thing if I could. But you know what? No. We're not gonna regret anything because we learn and we grow from bad experiences, and how can it be bad if I grow from it? So Oh my god, it reminds me of the quote. Sorry, I'm spiraling. The topic today is about love, mind you, but like it's just so much happened and I miss posting and I miss podcasting. And it's just like, yeah, I kind of just, Anyway, what was I going to say? I forgot. Yes, the quote that is like from BoJack Horseman where they're like, well, I want it to be good damage, not bad damage, right? Like you want to make something out of the bad experiences you've had so that they mean something, right? Like the end of the story is positive. But honestly, the best thing I did is just let the experience be, right? And just like not to try to dwell on anything. And like, yes, take the lessons and move with them, but sometimes things just are. They don't have to be good, they don't have to be bad, they just exist in the ether, and just let them go. Anyways, that is besides the point. I think the next episode's going to be on mental health, and I'm going to dive deeper into all of that. But today I want to talk about love, okay? And more specifically, self-love, okay? And I was journaling, okay? Like 2 days ago, I just sat in my room, I played music, and I started journaling. And I wrote and I wrote and I wrote, and I was like, okay, so like just I was trying to synthesize something, and I journaled like 8 pages worth back to back, okay? And then the conclusion that I came out with is that I actually need to love myself more. And I remember a time where I loved my own company. The best thing, the best day would just be me and my mind. And I'm taking myself out on a cute little date. And I loved being by myself. I loved my company. I loved my mind. And then something happened. So from there to now, something happened in the middle, and I no longer like, it's not that I don't like my company, it's that like I feel insane when I'm alone. Does that make sense? Like there's this anxiety, there's this uneasiness, there's this like, I don't know what it is, and I want to get back to a point where I love and enjoy being by myself. I love just being by myself and doing the things that I love, the things that I'm passionate about. And that is my passion project right now, is self-love. And not just as a concept, right? Like, because we can all just sit here and say, yeah, of course I love myself. Of course I love myself because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have reasons to love myself. But I want to, by the end of this summer, mind you, oh, by the way, it's summer break, babe. It's summer break. It's summer break. And I've never been happier. Apparently, 99% of my problems were academic. Apparently, all my anxiety was academic stress. And now everything is perfect because it's summer break. So, anyways, by the end of this summer, I want to embody self-love. I don't want to just practice it. I don't want to just think it. I want to be self-love, okay? Because that, I realize, that is the only way I'm able to be creative. That is the only way I'm able to love others, because my love for other people should never come from an empty cup. It should always come from an overflow of self-love, right? So that is the core issue. That is the project. And I don't want to approach it as a project per se, with like key performance indicators, KPIs, and all that. No, we're going to approach it in a gentle, fun way. And yeah, so today I'm going to talk about some notes I wrote over the past year on love and all that. And I think they're pretty cool. I don't know. I just feel like I kind of cooked. So let's just start. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about, why self-love is so important, right? Why like it matters. Why does your perception of yourself matter so much? It matters to you, of course, so that you're happy, but also matters to the people closest to you. When I was at my lowest, I was thinking about my ex-friends, right? And I had this thought that, like, actually, the more I got to know them, the less I loved them, right? Like, I just kept thinking that, of like, the more I got to intimately know them, I grew more and more like, I I don't know if that's for me, love and peace though, but like I just felt like, and it's the same people say, like, like people wonder, like, oh, like, does knowing me more lead to loving me less, right? And I thought that for a while. And then I was like, no, actually, let's unpack that. And then I remember like coming across like a TikTok or a reel or something, and someone said, the closer you get to someone, the more they treat you the same way they treat themselves. And so it's like they didn't hate me, but I got close enough to get a glimpse of their own self-hatred. And that is so real, because I don't think that, those friendships that have ended, it's not that they hated me, right? Because that just like the first thought I had, because like, why would you treat me like that? Just like, you hate me. No, it's more like the closer I got to them, the more I got a glimpse of how much they hated themselves, and that self-hatred was projected onto me, right? And this doesn't just apply to the people like that I'm no longer friends with. This also applies to me. How I treat myself is also reflects onto my closest friends. The closer they get to me, the more I treat them the same way I treat myself. And so if I start loving myself, and if I start caring for myself, and if my internal monologue starts being gentle and loving and kind and supportive, the closer people get to me, the more I love them actually. It's not the more I project my self-hatred onto them, right? And that like absolutely blew my mind, because it's so true. Like it just simply is. Like, I need to love myself more, and I need to have a better internal monologue where I speak gently to myself. And yeah, and like even my close friends, right? Anytime I've ever been judgmental, or anytime I've ever been like harsh or whatever, like when they're really close to me, it wasn't because of them. It wasn't because of them. It was because that is how I speak to myself. That is how I judge myself, right? And so it really just always starts with you. And then I remember on the same topic of like, you can't love people out of an empty cup, like you have to love them out of the overflow, right? So I remember I was watching a video by Liza Koshy, right? And she had this analogy.
It's some rough stuff, but not stuff that they can't get through. It's the kind of stuff that I didn't realize Tumblr quotes like only time can heal, or you have to love yourself before you can love anybody else kind of stuff. I didn't know those were real. They're real. I hate this. This is gonna sound so lame, but I really want to spread love, but I have to have it first, It's like,
yeah, I know.
Say you're gonna spread mayonnaise when you only have mustard.
You need the mayonnaise.
I need the mayonnaise.
Also on the topic of self-love and also loving, like when I think about how I experience love, right? Like for me, it was never a concept. It like I literally feel it. Like when I love people, right? It is just, I feel it in every bone in my body. Like when I think about my close friends and loved ones, like it's just like every part of me loves them in a way that is just actually insane. And I remember writing something in a while when I was kind of depressed. Obviously when you're depressed, you're kind of numb and apathetic, and that was actually so awful. As someone who feels deeply and is deeply empathetic and feels things to a point that is actually painful, to completely lose that and just be apathetic and be completely disconnected from your emotions because of depression, it's one of the most like insane feelings ever. And I remember writing something about a day where I remember I talked to one of my friends, or I don't remember if I hung out with one of my friends, and that feeling came back to me of like love embodied, or like feeling love fully, or like feeling connected again with my emotions and the love I have for my friends, and just feeling that for the first time in a long time, of like just feeling disconnected and empty and apathetic. And it just like rang so true. Like it just made so much sense, and I want to read you guys an excerpt from that. Okay, so I couldn't find that piece, but I found another one, and it's honestly beautiful, and I might just kind of just read this instead of the other thing. It says, naivety, the epitome of the human condition. Start a Pinterest board with your friends. Dress up like you're the main character of a coming of age movie. Acquire a niche hobby like reviewing favorite tea brands or collecting peculiar earrings. Tell your loved ones that you love them and compliment a stranger. Hug your friends real tight like it's the last time you'll ever see them. Zoom out. All the noise will come to a halt. None of this matters, and we all die one day. I mean, it does. Realistically, I know. But stay with me. 10 years from now, I will look back at this exact moment in time, and none of my current worries will matter. I keep sweating the small stuff, the grades I might get on a random quiz on a random Tuesday, or the expectations and obligations I feel pressured to meet. My current stressors won't matter in 10 years, but my parents will be nearly 80, my beloved friends won't be as accessible, my youth will begin to slip away, and the unknown will unfold. All those mundane moments I take for granted will turn into nostalgia, and I will look at snapshots of what was and scream at myself to take it all in, to fully grasp the impermanence of it all. However, naivety, it truly is the epitome of the human condition, is it not? We let our lives pass us by, and even though I know there are systematic factors at play, I cannot help but stand witness to my agency. And so I start a Pinterest board with my friend. I collect peculiar earrings. I dress up with I dress up without occasion. I tightly hug my friends, secretly attempting to break their ribcage. I partake in flavored tea alchemy. I write poetry. I buy myself and others flowers. I need no occasion. I bake sweet treats and remind myself to slow down, to be gentle, and to notice every little mundane detail. Honestly, like, when is the poetry book coming out? Who wrote this? Babe, who wrote this? I wrote this February of this year, like a couple months ago. That was beautiful. Actually, I should listen to myself because that was beautiful. And isn't that what love is? Noticing the details and giving your loved ones and the things you love attention. Like, that really is love. That's crazy. And that is so beautiful. And honestly, you should all listen to me. I'm a writer, low-key. I found it. Guys, I found it. No one freak out, okay? It's called, okay, so mind you, I wrote this depth of depression, but like also kind of things were getting a little bit better. But like I said, it was the first time I felt anything in a really long time. And as someone who feels deeply, like, that was, I had to write about it again. So it's titled Feeling Love Deeply, between brackets. It says, it feels nice to feel, genuinely. For the first time in a long time, I felt excited about things, and I quickly wrote them down to not forget, to maybe hopefully follow through and do them one day. I actually feel alive, like a person. For the first time in maybe 4 months, I was able to connect with the love I hold for my friends. It's like it was always there, but I wasn't able to get a hold of it. It would always evade me, lingering, watching in the background, no matter how hard I tried. But today, I was able to genuinely feel excited to talk to my friends, and I mean really talk, about real things, things that mattered to me. Something more than a shallow, hi, how have you been? And the usual uni stress. To really hear their thoughts and ask follow-up questions, to get that warm, fuzzy feeling that encapsulates my whole chest, lungs, heart and all. Because I truly love them so much, I can physically feel it. I miss it. I miss genuinely yapping to my friends about the most insignificant epiphanies, or the same damn topic we covered a million times before, but from a new angle, of course. I missed sending 30-minute voice notes, but in 5-minute increments, so they don't look as jarring. I miss effortlessly speaking to my friends for 5 hours about the same 3 topics, but in painful detail, and hear their brilliant insights. I missed my capacity to feel and love so deeply, and the light in my eyes as I take it all in. That is so real. And to me, that is peak happiness, honestly. Just being in the presence of a close friend and just speaking about everything, okay? And it will take 5 hours, 9 hours. Once I talked to my cousin for 9 freaking bombokla hours, and it was the best conversation I've ever had. And we weren't speaking the whole time, but like, and it's just like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you get it? Like, just like feeling love on a level that it's like you embody it. Like, I want to go back to that, and it's such a good feeling. And it's insane to me that some people have never felt that, and just like do not know what that is like to just like genuinely embody love in a way that is just like insane. And like, I was thinking about that the other day of like, is it better to be numb completely and apathetic and just not feel anything? Or is it better to feel everything so deeply and intensely? And obviously, each has its downsides, but I think now, like, an advantage to being the way that I am, that I clocked, is that, like, I get to feel love this way. I get to experience love on this level and on this capacity. And what a blessing that is, you know? And I think for a really long time, I hated the way that I loved, that how open it was and how giving it was. And I thought, like, you know, that my heart was just not made for this world, because it's just like, it is so genuine. And it's just like, I'm always shocked every time that it is not reciprocated. And just like clocking the fact that that is rare. Like, guys, where are all the genuine girly pops? Like, guys, where is it just me in this club? No, it's not, because I have friends who love genuinely as well. But it's just like, to the level that I do it, I have never met anyone like that. Like, to this day, like, I don't know when or where, but like, and all my friends' love is genuine, but like, I just do it to an extreme level that is low-key like, you're dumb. Like, babe, you're dumb. And honestly, like, being disappointed was inevitable, and I'm glad low-key that it happened, so that now like I can protect my heart a little bit more. But I also want to go back to loving genuinely and openly, and I'm almost there, you know, which is great, which is fun. But also, like, guys, if you're a genuine lover girl and like you're actually insane like me and you love people with zero protection, reach out to me, holla at me, let's be friends. Let's be friends. Because like, I cannot be the only one. I cannot be the only one who does it to a level that is insane like me. Like, where are my people? Where are my people? I think the last thing I want to talk about is like losing. Okay, so for me, like, the most intense kinds of love I feel is like platonic love. Like, I feel like that is the area in which I have loved the most, and those are the spaces in which like my perception of love and my capacity for love was like shaped within those contexts. That is why I will always prioritize platonic love, babe. Like, I will drop a man in a second for my friends. Like I don't care. Also, I might or might not want to get married. I still haven't decided yet, but like, that is just really not a priority. Like, for me, my friends are like, you know, they're up there. And then when I think about all the friendships that I have lost, right? I think some of them I will never speak to again. And probably all of them, right? Because people who have left your life, they left for a reason, and I believe that fully now. Um, but also, I think some of them I will forever love them, like, because when I love people, like, it has nothing to do with them as a person. Like, I could love a rock, babe. I could love, like, genuinely fall in love with a rock. I can literally fall in love with a freaking tree branch. I can fall in love with a grain of sand. Like, it has nothing to do with the other entity. Like, it is fully me. And when I love, it is literally like woven into the fabric of my existence. But then I was thinking about, okay, so what is the difference between unconditional love and access or possession, right? Like, like, how does unconditional love manifest, right? Like, how does it look like? And I think that unconditional love is actually different to access and possession, right? Like, I can never speak to you again, but I can still love you forever and have zero access to you, and you have zero access to me, but the love is there. Again, the love exists in the ether. It exists in the ether, actually, and within us. So I feel like for me, my love for my friends is unconditional, right? Now, like, let's just say my boundaries were crossed in a way that is just like unfathomable for me to like go back. It's like for you to have access to me ever, like, it's just like, it's a no, right? I will still love you. We will never speak again, but I will still love you. And I wish you all the best, and I hope you succeed and are alive and well and happy. And I do wish you all the best, right? And that also applies to friends that I love a lot, but they are happier without me in their lives, right? Let's say they have an opportunity somewhere, and like, for whatever reason it is, we can't speak. I can't have access to them. I can't enjoy their existence. I can't enjoy their presence, right? But they're out there living up their lives. They are happy, protected, healthy. I don't mind that, because my love for them is not conditional on my access to them, right? Like, if you are happier with me out of your life, I will still be okay with that. Listen, my life, yes, I am at the center of my community, let's say, and my friends are like around, right? That's my community. If you have to leave in order to be genuinely happy and fulfilled and successful and great in your life, please, like, let's have a convo and you can go do that. And I will be just as happy as if you were in my life, because at the end of the day, because I love you unconditionally, I want your existence to be happy and great. And even if, you know, I won't get to enjoy your existence, but you get to enjoy your existence, right? And I'll be fine, I'll exist, I'll be happy, I'll, I'll connect with myself. I have, other people, like, it's just like I will live, I will get on with my life. And I feel like the way I love is very, very, very selfless, but like, it's not even in like I'm forcing it to be selfless. It is just like genuinely how I perceive it. Like, just when you love someone, I feel like you just want what's best for them, regardless of yourself. Like, I think that is the kind of love that like I perceive as like the right way to love, but I guess there's other ways as well. One I cannot stand is people who love selfishly, where they're like, oh, right, so I love you, now I possess you, right? Like, I love you, now I need to have access to you, to enjoy your presence, and that is the condition on which they love you, right? Like, I don't understand that. I've never like felt that way about it, and I don't know if any of you experience love in that way, and maybe it's not wrong, but it's just not something that's compatible with me. Like, I can't do that, when people like equate love with access and possession. Like, that never made sense to me, and it never will. But yeah, and actually I have so many more things that I want to talk about, so I'm probably going to do a part 2 on this. I want to talk about how to deal with loving people when they're at their hardest or like at their lowest, right? And then also self-sacrificing love in women. Bro, that's a topic for like, I can speak about that for hours, and how is like self-sacrifice, and I think it links to the last thing I said, like, what is the line between like selfless love and self-sacrificing love, right? Like, where is the line? Because there's definitely a line where it becomes actually harmful to the person. There's just so many other bullet points that I have saved up here, and like poems that I've read that resonated. We'll have to talk about that in the next episode. But yeah, I had so much fun. I had so much fun today, okay? And just like, I don't know. And I love that I'm documenting this and it will stay online forever. I guess you guys are getting access to the intimate details of my life, but also I think the point of creating is making people feel seen. So if this resonates with even like one person, like honestly, the feeling when someone articulates a feeling that you have exactly, like, and that is the point. Human connection and empathy and compassion and love. And I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're thriving and not just surviving, but also thriving, babe. Okay? And you're young, you're in your 20s. Go out, have fun, do the things you love yourself first and foremost. My phone just like disconnected for a second there because the storage was full. I hope you guys enjoyed and liked this episode. And yeah, just remember that you're a baddie and everything works out and you'll be okay, queen. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Hopefully I'll be more consistent and we're still back. Bye.